Glad to have you back now. This is iBrand Daybreak. Let's get started into the discussion as we look at the electoral amendment and then, of course, the move banning governors and lawmakers from contesting primaries. The Allied People's Movement has asked President Muhammadu Buhari to sign into law the amended Electoral Act recently passed by the National Assembly to enable INEC prepare adequately for the 2023 general election. The party said that the Electoral Act is crucial for sustainable democracy in Nigeria. Recall that President Muhammadu Buhari had on November 19, 2021, rejected a former electoral bill leading to a rework of the bill by the National Assembly. Should President Muhammadu Buhari sign the new electoral amendment bill into law, all political appointees, ministers, commissioners will no longer be eligible, either as voting delegates or as parents during the conventions or congress of their political parties. So what's the implication of this? Should the president sign the amended electoral bill? Well, that's what we're looking at on the show today. Mr. Mike Cookie, and a political analyst, he joins us via the telephone now. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Cookie. We appreciate your time.
Yeah, good morning, and thanks for having me.
Well, I'm sure you've been following this development over time, talking about the debate and, of course, the back and forth on electoral bill. Well, but this time around, if the president signed this amended or what has been proposed, it means that commissioners, governors would not be contesting in the primaries. What's your position on this? Let's start from there.
Yeah, firstly, I think it's a welcome development because it's going to enhance and entrench our political process. Presently, what we have as an electoral act is not sufficient enough. So I think it's a good thing for the president to go ahead and sign the proposed electoral bill that has been sent to him by the National Assembly.
Okay, so what you're saying is that the president, the president sent back, did a rework on it, and removed some things, and that has caused a bit of back and forth there, and that's why the president has not been able to finally assent the bill as it is now. So are you saying that rework was not supposed to be in the first place?
Well, the president made some observations, okay, when the National Assembly sent the first amended bill to him. The clause, they had an issue, the president had an issue with the clause where it was stated that political parties can only conduct their primaries through a direct mode of...
Hello? Hello? Well, I think we have issues with the network there. We'll probably try to reconnect with
we'll
Mr.
probably
Mike.
have to connect now.
Yes.
But I think we should just quickly take a moment, and then when we come back, if we can't reconnect again to my Cookie, we should be able to do that in a moment. So please stay with us. We'll be back in a jiffy. I think we'll have Mr. Cookie back now. Mr. Cookie, I need you to land on your thought before we proceed to the next agenda. Please go on.
Okay, so I was saying that the issue with the first amended bill that was sent, the president highlighted the fact that the National Assembly, they narrogated the option to just direct primary as just a one way to which all political parties can have its candidates nominated in their primary. So the president had an issue with that, and that was why it was resent. The National Assembly now had to look at it, and they gave other options. So there's direct primaries, there's indirect primary, and they even added a third option to it, which is the consensus option. Okay, so presently these options are now open, and it has been resent back to the president. So the issue of clause 84, which is what is like trying to generate in some quarters, some persons are, some political players within the space are uncomfortable and are trying to put pressure on the president not to sign. And the clause 84 states that if the bill is assented, then political appointees and political office holders cannot be eligible to contest in the party's primaries without first signing off or dropping off their political position. Okay, so that is where I think we are, but everyone of good conscience will encourage the president to go ahead and sign this electoral bill into law, because the nation as it is presently, we need an electoral act that will shaping and give us a better electoral process that will throw up the best candidates.
Okay, you talked about clause 84, which apparently is the bone of contention for this second amended bill, it must be said. And what we had before as status quo was that political office holders, probably your commissioners or ministers, will retain their positions while contesting primaries, at their various parties or contesting for offices. With this provision, that will not be in place, as they would have to vacate their positions first. And some have argued that it's denying those political officers their right to vote and be voted for in terms of their franchise. So what do you have to say regards those who hold this viewpoint?
No, it's manipulative. It's highly manipulative, because that has been the old order before now. So what these political office holders, what they do, they just take a leave of absence and they go and they contest for the primaries of their different parties. So when they are not successful,